Hey all, here OS Reviews. Today we're taking a closer look at the DUNU Titan S. These are high-res audio, hi-fi grade IEMs or in-ear monitors that have a wired 3.5mm plug. These are meant for folks that care more about the sound quality. They want as much detail, clarity, and resolution as possible, so they still look towards wired options like this. And DUNU Titan is a audiophile brand that is based in China. They've been around for a long time. In fact, I first reviewed some of their IEMs in 2014, 2015, and that was before One More and even Xiaomi to a large extent became more popular. The Titan S are one of their more affordable options, which are coming out selling for under $80, and they are inspired by kind of steampunk, cyberpunk design. They weigh 17 grams, and you can check out some of the technical specs here. Frequency range of 5 to 40,000 hertz is extremely wide. Average these days much closer to 20 to 20,000 hertz, so this extends the frequency range even more, which means technically it's able to pack in more detail. The wires, by the way, are detachable, so if it breaks or fries, you're able to replace it, which is very good. Presented very well, and on the inside here we have just a larger black box with a authentic product sticker, and as aforementioned, it comes with its own carrying case, which almost looks like a wallet of sorts. This might even be genuine leather just by smelling and touching it, so some of the attention to detail and cost has also been distributed to the accessories that you are presented with. And then we have just a quick warranty guide along with some spare sets of silicone tips. So they didn't pair these with any Comply foam style tips for added isolation. They are accented in different colors though. So again, if you want to use foam for more kind of noise isolation, you can definitely pick up your own. Otherwise, the buds themselves, of course, are inside of this little wallet style case, so it catches it a little bit, made out of this microfiber cloth on the inside, and overall it is very well packaged and presented. I've already taken these out and tested them, just put them back in the box to show you guys what the experience is like. But anyways, the buds themselves also come with this additional little attachment made out of rubber to tidy up the cables and prevent it from tangling. Now, speaking of, the overall texture of the cable is braided, so it has kind of this almost copper-like texture and shine to them. It feels quite sturdy. The 3.5mm tip is also made out of alloy and has a gold-plated L-shaped connector. And then on the tip of the actual buds, again, the cable here is technically detachable. And here's a closer look at what that's like. If you completely pop them out, they look even more alien. The fit and finish do feel quite tight and nicely put together, and the entire shell here does have a nice substantial weight to it. It kind of almost reminds me of ceramic in terms of the way that it clacks and the texture, but again, it's a zinc alloy and has these kind of purposeful accents. It's not really used for anything, just decorative purposes, since obviously the drivers are on the other side. It's also labeled left and right to more easily distinguish it as you are wearing it, has an ergonomic tilt there. And also the section here closest to your ear as you're wearing it has a memory texture to the wire. So this actually tends to bend downwards like this, so your ear can kind of fit over this wire and adds a little bit more of rigidity. And that's why these monitors are also commonly used by sound engineers and even performing artists and singers on stage, just because of the kind of tight overall fit that you'll get when wearing them. Otherwise, there is no microphone built into this particular cable, but like I said, it's completely detachable, so you can also pick up ones that contain a mic and remote, even though the one out of the box doesn't give you that. Now let's talk a little bit more about the sound quality. The really good news is, despite being relatively entry-level IEMs in the world of audiophile gear, headphones and even earbuds can be much more expensive, and again, these are just single driver units. They don't pack crazy dual, triple, or even quad drivers, but the sound quality, I have to say, has been super impressive in my testing so far. There is no hissing, no distortion at all that you can discern. There is just the music itself, and as you play and pause, everything is super smooth, full of detail, and also a nice kind of warm sound overall. So if you're listening to bass, it gives you a nice kick that's definitely felt. It's not necessarily overpowering or too prominent or heavy on bass, but certainly is good enough, I think, for enjoying most pop music, and I found it to be a great level where things still sounded really nice and immersive. But then especially the trebles, I would say, is where it shines even more. The textures of instrumentals, a guitar string being plucked, singers' vocals, it just sounds so clear and full of detail on here. It really is a very enjoyable and fun experience listening to music on these with. Pretty much with any genre that I tried, but in particular, I would say acoustic is where it shines the most. However, like I said, they are very well balanced. It doesn't sound artificial, and you get, again, plenty of detail that you can peel away from the recording that oftentimes you would miss if using less expensive or wireless headphones. Now, the ergonomics of the fitting experience were also comfortable, and that was a bit more surprising considering it definitely has pretty angular shapes due to the steampunk-inspired nature. I was a little bit worried that it would be almost too much style over substance, and it would be a little too heavy or kind of biting on the side of your ears as you're wearing it, but luckily, everything, at least from the back, has been rounded off, so when you actually pop them in, I felt like they were still quite comfortable. Anything that has a wired connection is best suited for when you are stationary, I would say, or at the very least sitting down, or doing more minimal actions, including just lightly walking, because if you're running, for instance, any wire at the end of the day can still tangle more easily than something like I said, a TWS pair of buds, as well as just as the wire is bouncing on your shirt, that can create some tension as well as noise to the music, which isn't always super pleasant. So like I said, for sports enthusiasts and people that are really on the go, super mobile, probably still makes sense to go with a wireless pair of buds, as sad as it is to say. But again, if you are just someone trying to sit down, listen to music really closely, that's where something like this can definitely shine and give you the most detail. So that's more or less it as far as our quick hands-on review of the DUNU Titan S, and I have to say, for a relatively affordable pair of buds from them, again selling for under 79 bucks, they do have a pretty distinctive styling and more surprisingly better sound than I would expect. I mean, yes, I know we're getting audiophile high-res certified headphones at the end of the day, but still, for something at this price, they definitely exceeded my expectations when it came to just the immersiveness, how much detail they packed, and just how easy it was to enjoy the music I was listening to. You can check out more details if interested in links below, but for now that's been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews.